Peeps, just when you thought the Bigfoot world couldn't get any stranger. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
Flower!
Who is this?
Bigfoot! Yes, it is.
How did you get this number?
From the mermaids.
Blasted mermaids.
Yes, mermaids.
Getting a phone call from Sasquatch. Who knew it was so easy?
Snowwalker Prime.
Like the Xanadu spending all that time with mental telepathy, mind speak. All you do is just call on the telephone. It sounds like I'm making it up, doesn't it? No, I'm not making this up. Igor from Russia. It's from Russia, where it's very cold, where the men are men, and the dogs are men, and the sheep are men, and the women are men. Where the Sasquatches use telephones. Because in Russia, people are just leaving, their cell phones laying all over the place in the forest. First question, how in the hell did Sasquatch get his hands on a telephone? Even if they are dropping them all over the place like flies under a poisonous bait station, how is Sasquatch operating that phone with those giant fingers? How's he swiping he's got the greasy fingers. Everybody knows Sasquatch has super greasy fingers. Look at all the handprints they leave on cars and windows and RVs. They're just dripping in oil. The other question I have is, how did Sasquatch get Igor's phone number? Mind speak? Why do you need the phone? You gotta give the guy credit. I mean, everybody else is operating with telepathy. Like they're mentally telepathically sending me information. No. Igor just bypasses all that because we all know that telepathy isn't real. So of course it makes sense that Sasquatch is going to call you on your telephone. You just learned so much off the internet. The other thing, if you've got Sasquatch calling you on the phone, hopping in your car with you and taking a ride, there's photos, there's documented evidence, blurry ass photos of such poor qualities he's sending them to N.K. Davis. M.K. Davis. He'll clear them up. Yeah, he'll get to the bottom of this. Not like he's got the Team Taser, Shock 'em to Hell, Sasquatch, quantum computer, dual stacked, water-cooled, nitrogen-powered, with a sophisticated professional algorithm. That's right, we have an algorithm too. Enhancing photos, turning those blurry-ass photos crystal clear. Why are you sending photos to M.K. Davis? Just a matter of time for Daryl, the Sasquatch, Xanadu, Rumpelstiltskin, Puss in Boots shows up at a conference. Because that's where all the important stuff happens, at the conference. People have tried many ways to communicate with Sasquatch. Smacking on trees, rock smacking, clacking, racking. That's right, rock clacking, tree smacking, tree knocking. Vocalizing. Hey Sasquatch! Drum. Flutes. And no one up until now, to my knowledge, has used didgeridoos. And in spite of all this effort, Igor gets a phone call from Sasquatch. I'm surprised the wolf murderer isn't getting phones from Sasquatch. Everybody else is calling him. So the conference is where all that running, jumping, finally pays off. Because we all know how important the running and jumping is. You gotta run and jump if you want to go to a conference and be a Bigfoot expert like me. I'm a Sasquatch, ogre hunting hound, Sasquatch hunting dog extraordinaire. Yes, coming soon to a conference near you where I'm gonna give a talk and pitch my latest book. And I've currently signed with a major production company and signed an NDA. Do I hear a Sasquatch? Is there a Sasquatch over there in the woods? Hey Dad, I think there's a Sasquatch over there. And maybe it's over there. We're surrounded by Sasquatches. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just heard a stick break. I communicate with stick breaks and gifts and multidimensional, metaphysical, paranormal, and telepathic. Yeah, running and jumping you're not a professional Sasquatch hunter. You need a trailer like G.I. Joe, rappelling from helicopters, parachuting, wingsuiting, scuba diving, wrestling with octopuses, jumping on giant anacondas in the jungle, all smooshed in together. Bam, 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 bam. Have you seen? We now have action figures of Sasquatch people. I only recognize one or two of the guys there. I don't know who the other guys are. They look like G.I. Joe figures. Complete with giant swords and bazooka guns and net guns, tranquilizer darts. So far, I'm the only one with a Tesla coil. Due to the litigious nature of the Tesla Corporation, it's now shocked the shit out of Sasquatch. A lot of S's in there. That's right, shock the living hell out of Bigfoot. We're not gonna harm the great beast. We just want to shock him into unconsciousness long enough to get him into a box. Because we all know we want a Sasquatch in a box. You'd think the wolf murderer would be the man for he kills everything else. He kills everything else. Doesn't know what a dog skull is. Doesn't know what a bear tooth is. He has those Sasquatch colored glasses. Everything's a Sasquatch. It's quite shocking the number of non-believers that are cast on TV. Richter, do you think Sasquatch is real? No, it's a bunch of bullshit. Native American Indians, indigenous people, they had it as a spiritual creature. Everybody else is a hoaxer asking for money. Oh, and click on my Patreon link. Well, we'd like to cast you on this TV show where we're gonna offer $10 million to find Bigfoot. Oh, I think there's a Sasquatch over there. Everything's a Sasquatch. Casting divots in the mud that are Sasquatch. Bringing in moss twice. Well, do you have any evidence? Yeah, I found his Sasquatch hair. It was all over the place. The place is infested with Sasquatches. The hair is literally all over the ground. It's amazing. I have to go show you. I've never seen anything like it. That's grass. That's not hair. Are you sure? Because it looks a lot like Sasquatch fur to me. I think you're a non-believer. Who cast the non-believer as a judge? No, that's definitely grass. All right, well, I'm headed out for Expedition 2. I found some Sasquatch hair. I was so excited. It took a lot of effort, but we found another. It was amazing. We found this other location that was covered in Sasquatch hair. They must be bedding down in there or having a circus, or maybe it's a clan meeting where, they all come in from all different areas. We're pretty sure that's what it is because there was tracks leading in. We found with confirmation verified and documented. That's grass. What? This? Yeah, are you sure this was a completely different location? It can't possibly. It looks completely different than the hair. The hair that I brought in before. This is different hair. No, that's grass. How in the hell do we get from mind speak to calling on the banana phone? I don't know what's more shocking: the coming up with the idea or the amount of people that are buying into it. Wow, if MK Davis is analyzing the photos, it's got to be legit. MK Davis has never been involved in any shenanigans. I like MK Davis, but why are you sending photos? If you're talking to Sasquatch on the telephone and he is getting in your car with you, well, why can't you get a clear photograph? We can get clear photos of every critter on this planet. I don't care how freaking rare it is, except Sasquatch. Well, frankly, Scarlet, I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about me. I don't care what people think, and I want you to think for yourself. As long as you're subscribed to my channel and doing what I tell you to do, I want you to think, be a free thinker, as long as you're thinking what I'm thinking. What? Somebody doesn't like me? I need to send my 250,000 supporters. Oh, we're gonna blackball this guy. We're gonna blacklist. This is a non-believer. This is a non-believer right here criticizing my channel. That's right. I would try to squeeze in more. I would read more of these, but a lot of my time's taken up murdering wolves. They're all over the place. There's an infestation of wolves, and I don't think a lot of you guys know this, but wolves kill shit. They kill the same stuff that I want to kill, so it's impacting on my hunting. Yeah. So I need to kill the wolves to save the animals so that I can kill the animals. And anybody that doesn't agree with my logic is a flaming, rubber-booted, top-knotted vet pussy. I say it like it is. I'm a no bullshit kind of guy. Unless it's bullshit that I have to tell you to get you to sub to my channel, like everything's a Sasquatch. Yeah, that dog skull, that pit bull skull, that's a dog man. You can trust me. It's not like I have an agenda. No, I'm a hunting guy. That was my channel was about, but because my channel sucked, and I found out that I could lure people in with Sasquatch stories. Steve, yeah, do you do any actual research? Well, I read emails off my phone, and I make these videos. I'm in these picturesque locations talking to you guys, reading off my phone. And if you look in the background, metaphysical in their cloaking, you can see the Sasquatches that are stalking up on me as I'm scrolling through my phone. This is why I put the backdrop in there. That doesn't seem like real research to me. Are you vetting any of your stories? How do you know that people aren't just sending you bullshit stories? Well, if they're sending bullshit, that's on them. That's on them. Joke's on them, not on us. We're fighting the good fight, defending the downtrodden and the trodden on. I'm like Robin Hood. I mean, I could have posted all those emails on a blog somewheres, or I could have put them in my videos for free, but it just made more sense for me to cram all that stuff into a book that I didn't have to write and then cash in on. But I'm not about the money. I'm not about the money. I'm not about the people. I'm not gonna work with those guys. I said I wouldn't write a book, but I changed my mind. If I was a rich man, if I was a rich man, born to be wild, born to be wild, head out on the highway, looking for adventure. Apple trees and peach trees, they were blooming, mist was floating over a riverbank. I mean, we got tree knocks, we got the telepathic mind speak. We got the Sasquatch talking in the rain. Flower. And finally, Sasquatch has learned to use the telephone. And apparently a car. Are you sure there's that many? 1,000 Sasquatches per square mile. Confirmed and verified. You learn a lot at the conferences, like that the experts, the guys up there, they can't agree upon the population. You got everybody saying, oh, they're incredibly rare. They're rare. I think their population is going down in our area and they need to be protected from the Forest Service cutting all the trees down. No, I disagree. There's an overabundance. They're eating themselves out of house. They need to be culled. The herd need to be culled for scientific purposes. It's hardly ever that anybody said, I don't know. I have no freaking clue. I have no idea how many there are. We have no idea. We can't put one in a box. We can't get a trail camera photo of one. How in the hell are you going to estimate a population? Maybe just get them to call your home phone and ask. Just ask them, how many of you guys are there? And then we can send it to MK Davis to confirm it and enhance it, enlarge it, adjust the contrast. Am I being cynical? Am I? Yeah, just a little. Just being a little cynical. You better watch it, Mr. Man. You might come off being a non-believer. They'll come out with the pitchforks and the torches and chase you out of town like Dr. Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein and Xana Whoop-Dee-Doo. You've been one-upped. Yeah, Zorth wasn't calling you on a telephone, was he? How is it that Igor gets his Sasquatch to call him on the telephone and nobody else? Nobody else has thought of this. No. Janice Carter's handing him out peanut butter jelly sandwiches and garlic, but never thinks to hand him a telephone. Hey, here's a cell phone. Give me a call when you're hungry. Dr. Frankenstein didn't even think about it. Never thought of leaving your cell phone out there, did you? That's the new thing. When you have your gifting location, your little shrine, your little altar set up, you need to put a cell phone in there. Put on speed dial, your home phone, because Sasquatch has got big-ass fingers. Maybe he's using his nose or his tongue. Maybe it's his pinky. Maybe his pinky's small enough to do it. You want to get the oversized phones for the Sasquatches, with the big numbers on them for people that can't see very well. Hell, we could just hand him a walkie-talkie. You just press the button. Just key the mic, Sasquatch. I don't think anybody's got Sasquatch on a spirit box or one of those reverse speech things. A spirit box, ghost talk on them. I wonder if the aliens are talking on them. How do we know? Well, we can go to a conference or watch TV or watch TV at the conference. Who knew? Well, we know now, of course. That cinnabar is toxic. And it appears in mines that look exactly like gold mines with signs that actually say they're gold mines, but they're cinnabar mines. Whose poisonous vapors are so toxic you have to use a special drone to investigate. Not only is cinnabar toxic, Sasquatch loves to hide out in those caves. Finds the most toxic cave he can, goes in there, snuggles up, takes a nap. Because we all know that, a giant 9 to 12 foot tall, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 pound giant hominid is going to go to an impossibly small, convoluted. It's going to seek out an impossibly convoluted and tiny opening like those that exist in caves. Most cave dwellers are tiny little bugs, bats, snakes, tiny things, right? Sasquatch is either in the cave, in the tree, or in a subterranean, underground, submerged cavern, holding his breath. Maybe when they got their hands on phones, they got aqua lungs as well. Before you know it, they'll have ATVs. They'll be airplanes, gyroscopes, rocket ships, Xboxes. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised because being that they're multi-dimensional, you can squeeze a lot of them into a small area. Just cram them into those caves. They just, they liquefy. They turn into like what is it? What's the guy that can turn into liquid? Who the hell's a superhero that turns into liquid? Stretchy Man, just flattens out, stretches, slinkers down into the cave. Yeah, we got him in the woods. We got him in the ocean, underwater, subterranean, in caves, in trees, arboreal, invisible, multi-dimensional, multiphasical. And now they're using phones. Near as I can tell, the only thing needed to be in a conference is to somehow stumble onto television or write a book. Or, you get Samurai Chat. Star language, Sasquatch language. Like I said before, if you don't have the good stuff, just make up shit. I don't think a lot of people know that Sasquatch is a multinational, extraterrestrial, multi-dimensional, multi-phasic, cloaking, invisible, telepathic, tool-using, wormhole vortex traveling, submerged, omnivore, carnivore, vegetarian, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. This is all three. Hops on board the UFOs, can turn into orbs, turn into trees, turn into rocks, leak into the ground, turn into ink, turn into smoke, turn into dust. Can speak English, Spanish, Czechoslovakian, Russian. Might find one in a dumpster behind Walmart. Rides the rails, just hops on, clings onto the train, just like one of those Charlie Chaplin, hanging on. That, we haven't heard, that was a big thing a few years back, that Sasquatch was riding the rails. Riding on the rails. Some people say that he turns into this ball of invisible energy and goes down high power tension lines. Uses the corridors to travel from place to place to meet at the clan meetings. Maybe he's in the dumpster at Walmart looking for a phone. Yeah, you remember the Sasquatch that the homeless people called 911 and they're like, yeah, there's this giant Sasquatch and it just stole a deer. They'd picked up this deer that was roadkill, hung it next to their encampment. They were gonna butcher it out and eat it. Sasquatch came by and snatched it and ran off. There's always running with Sasquatch. Yeah, called 911. Sasquatch took our deer. Come help. Freezer Boy Rick Dyer, my RV's on fire. Heard of this, went down there. And the result is the movie, the UK movie, which is actually it's a pretty good movie. It's worth watching. It's got Tom Biscardi in it too. And my buddies Dallas and Wayne. May Dallas rest in peace. He was a heck of a guy. You can't make it up. You can't. You could, but it would be no different than the reality of the situation. You could make it up. I mean, some people are making it up. 867-5309. 867-5309. Well, what is Sasquatch's phone number? I mean, why are you sending photos to MK Davis? Give us the phone number to Daryl, Xanadu, Puss in Boots, Rumpelstiltskin, whatever his name is, Zaggernut, Honey Boo Boo, Blippity Doodah. Why is nobody asking this character the right questions? What is the number to Sasquatch? What is Sasquatch's phone number? Like to get him under a hot lamp. Waterboard Igor. Tell us the number to Sasquatch. Tell us the number, damn it! We don't want your blurry ass photos. We want the phone number to Sasquatch. 867-5309. 867-5309. I got it. Got your number on the wall. Wouldn't it be priceless when Igor goes to this conference and somebody says, Igor, yeah, could you call Sasquatch for us right now and put it on speakerphone? Call Sasquatch! Knowing Igor, he would just pretend he didn't understand the question. What? I speak Russian. I'm from Russia. I am from Russia where men are bears and women are bears and dogs are bears and goats are bears. Everybody bear. Sasquatch bear. Igor, hope that answered question. No, that didn't answer the question at all. Why can't you call Sasquatch for us? Men are bears, women are bears, dog are bears, goat are bears, Sasquatch bear, everybody bear. I don't understand question. I don't understand your question. I bet you understand where your conference check is coming from. That's one of the problems. I mean, there's money involved. These people that will profess that Sasquatch isn't real, you dangle a television show in front of them, suddenly everything's Sasquatch. Well, that butterfly is a Sasquatch. They can morph into other critters, and it's shapeshifted into a butterfly. You should have seen the teams that brought Moss in on that show I was on for Sasquatch here. Because we were tasked with finding, right? You're putting something out there. You need to bring in some evidence. Do you want to go to a conference? You need to have something present to the conference. You just can't walk in there and go, well, I've been looking for Sasquatch and I didn't find jack shit. I didn't find anything. I'm ready to go do it again, but there was nothing there. You doing that shit, you will not get invited to the conference. No, they don't. You're not going. Forget about it. Give us your ticket back. Snatch a Rooney. Yeah, first episode they sent a team home that didn't bring in any evidence. There were teams casting nothing. There'd be a little divot, and that's a Sasquatch track. These very same people now run YouTube channels where they say Sasquatch isn't real. There's no Sasquatch. Awful funny. It was real when you were on the TV show. You were bringing in moss. You brought moss in twice. Not once, but twice. You brought it in the first time, and then we gave you an education as to how to determine moss from hair, and you brought it in a second time, showing that either you weren't paying attention or you're incapable of learning. Maybe we should be feeding you chocolates and ringing a little bell. Gold mines that tourists go into become toxic Cinnabar mines. Cozy dude cattle ranches with hot tubs and saunas become the wilderness filled with dangerous animals and no infrastructure and no cell phone access. Through the magic of production and editing. Well, we'll just edit out that caravan of ATVs that went by. Yeah, because we're in the wilderness where there's nobody here. Don't know how these roads got here. Then act mystified and confused by everything you run across. What is that? What did I hear? Smell, feel, see, sense. I'm feeling nauseous. I'm hearing things. I'm getting mind speak. I'm seeing stuff. Do you smell that? Do you smell that? It smells horrible. Yeah, I've never smelled that before. It smelled fine a minute ago. Get that walkie-talkie. You're talking to Russ, Ronnie, Myra. But you're not talking to Sasquatch. I've just been calling up Sasquatch. Hey, Sasquatch. Yeah. Sasquatch, do you copy? And in spite of this, we still can't get one in a box. No, we can get them to call on telephone, beat drums, play the Kalamazoo, leave us marbles, take our peanut butter, eat our pancakes, grapes, cherries, avocados. Don't feed them peaches. It's toxic to Sasquatches. They do, however, love garlic. We got them on planes, trains, and automobiles. We don't have them on a plane yet. We do them on trains and automobiles. Planes are next. They'll be just riding the, you'll get a photo. It'll be blurry, of course, but there'll be one riding on the engine of the plane, talking to Igor on his cell phone.